Hey YouTube land, it's Tychonders here doing another action figure review. Now this is for two the newer Fortnite figures that I found out here recently. And it is for Verge solo mode and Longshot solo mode. So they come in the standard Fortnite packaging, as you can see here. Just tilt the camera up a bit, you can see the packaging. It has image of Longshot on the side, as it does have Verge on his one. Longshot is in the blue packaging and Verge is on the green. And then it just shows some of the other figures available in this wave. So you have DG Yonder, Ruckus, which I haven't seen. I'm not sure if he's part of a vehicle set or one of the other sets. Triage Trooper, which I haven't seen either. Peely, which was supposed to come out here but seems to have been completely discontinued for some reason. They don't seem to be wanting to release him here. I have seen Frostbite. Verge is on Longshot's package and vice versa. If I flip around Verge's one, you'll see Longshot is on that one. So for Fortnite it says for Verge it says always on the forefront. And for Longshot it says no target is out of range. So they're fairly nice figures. Please wait with me while I readjust my lights as everything got knocked over. I'm in a slightly different spot than I usually am for doing reviews. So I'm trying to keep everything kind of neat. I won't flip Longshot's card box over because I want to show something off while I review him, but here he is. So weapon wise they both come packed with one of those I think they're kind of like melee weapons, and they're also kind of like digging weapons. So for Verge it comes with this kind of pickaxe or fire axe looking thing, and then for Longshot it comes with a kind of pickaxe as well, but it's kind of futuristic looking handled one. It's quite nice. They both come with the same stand, so I haven't taken Verge's one out of the package, but it's this metal plate and it's a newer version of it. The only difference between this and the first versions that came with the earlier sets is they have added a foot peg to it, so you have the added range of using it as a figure stand. But for scale, if I just take him off his base and get him to stand without it, he can be a little tricky to stand. Let's see if we can just get him to stand there. Bear with me a moment. Unfortunately my review station isn't entirely level, so hopefully he will stand. You just hand down my, yep, as I said, it's not very stable, but hopefully he will stand a small bit if I can get him just in the right spot. So let me just bring in the tape measure. So he roughly stands around 4 inches, just a little over 4 inches with the hood. And let me just put him down and I will pick up Verge. And Verge stands just around the 4 inch mark. So Longshot is a little bit higher. So for articulation wise, they both have the same articulation points, just different sculpts. So Verge has a rotation on the shoulder and can ratchet his hands out that high, and ratchet down that much, and as I said, rotates. Head is on a ball joint, so it can go all the way around, and there's a neck joint. There's no tilt on the head, there's just swivel with the ball joint and that. When you got a hinge at the elbow, but it's a little under 90 degrees, swivel in the wrist and a hinge in the wrist. He also has upper waist swivel. He does have a lower waist swivel, do splits that much. He has an upper rotation on the leg, forward, kick out, back not so much. Mine has a bit of a paint splotch here. He has double jointed knees and can get just about a little over 90 degree on the bend. You can probably push it the whole way. And then he has ankle articulation with rocker joints and foot pegs. And as with all of the Fortnite figures, they can hold the Fortnite weapons from the weapon packs and some of the other various multi-packs that you can get with weapons. He can do some good two-handed poses. His hands are actually give that reach, and he has a nicely sculpted chest plate with kind of pockets on it. He kind of has a urban militaristic look to him, so he does hold weapons quite nicely. And as for Longshot, just get Verge to stand up. He probably will go crashing over, so I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, what I'm going to do, just take his or the stand and just stand him on that. So for sculpting wise, I think Longshot shares the same body sculpt. Well, they have very similar pouches, but they're not the same. Actually, the body sculpts are different. He has a hood, which is a separate piece. It's not actually attached to this, but he has this kind of cowl piece on. It's supposed to be all part of the same thing. His head is hindered. His neck movement is hindered by it because it's actually attached on his head. You can't remove it. And likewise, his shoulders are hindered by these. On this one, not as bad as the opposite side, so you can still raise his arm a bit. Not so much on this side because of the thing. His chest does tend to pop out. He does have the waist crunch. His pockets are part of the lower waist, unlike Verge, whose pockets are part of the upper waist. His legs can do the splits that much, can go forward, can't go back too much. Double jointed knees, just like with Verge. The upper thigh swivel. It's interesting that the paint apps don't continue up. You can see this orange line doesn't seem to go all the way up, even though the sculpting for it is there. You have the single joint elbow and swivel with the hinge on it for the wrist, and then he has the ankles with the rocker joint, and then you have the single joint on the on the the foot peg on the back. So there's also backpacks. Longshots is kind of awkward because it's hidden behind this thing, so you have to line it upright to get any of the backpacks in, but he can hold a backpack. This is one of the ones from, I think it's one of the ones from the actual weapons packs. It could have been the one that came with Omega, or is it Carbide? I can never remember which one it is, but it seems to suit Verge quite nicely. And just like with Verge, Longshot can hold weapons as well, even though his chest is a bit barrely, so he doesn't get great two-weapon poses. The one thing I wanted to point out is the paint apps for this kind of cowl piece. I can just get him to stand while I do this part. Is that he's a little bit awkward to stand because of where I have this thing set up for doing reviews. So if you look at the artwork for the actual, let me just pan up there, look at the artwork for the actual character model. Its camouflage scheme for that hood piece is a far better looking thing than the finished product. They missed out on a lot of paint apps. In fact, if I just move it and bring it in, you can see it has a far better kind of woodland camo scheme kind of thing going on than the actual finished product, which is a bit of a shame. I think they would have looked cooler if they could have gotten that extra, just that extra oomph for that figure. But overall, it's not bad. I'm sure customers out there could go to town giving him a far better paint scheme than what we ended up with. But as I say in my reviews, I don't actually play the Fortnite games. I just collect some of the figures because I like the look of them. I'm hoping to get Peely if I can get a chance to get him. I'll do a review of him. And I want to get the Triage Trooper because it looks like a good medic trooper, and you can use it as a medic for G.I. Joe teams and stuff like that. Even Frostbite looks pretty good. Some of the more obscure characters like DJ Yonder I'm not kind of pushed on, but there's that kind of there is another set that came out which is kind of a Christmas themed set which I haven't seen over here, and it has two kind of gingerbread men style figures which kind of looks interesting and fun. So there is kind of hidden gem sets within all these figure lines. or within the Fortnite line, so it's good looking out. But these figures should be out and available on shelves as of this review. They've probably been out for a little while. I've been a bit slow in picking them up, but they are quite good sets, or 2 figures. I do recommend getting them. I haven't tried doing any head swaps, but if you were so inclined, you could probably do a couple of head swaps with the Verge figure, make a custom kind of unmasked face, or a couple of custom figures out of him. He looks well usable to make it. Same with Longshot. If you remove the head piece, and you can actually remove the cowl, it's a bit tricky to get it around the shoulders, but you can actually remove it as a separate piece. You probably get a really cool looking figure out of it as well. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed my review, and as in my channel videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.